Welcome to the fascinating world of coins and hidden treasures. Today, we are diving deep into the story of one of the most interesting and mysterious coins of American history, the 1978 quarter dollar. You might think it's just a regular coin lying somewhere in your drawer or pocket, but after hearing this story, you will never look at an ordinary quarter the same way again. This coin hides a value and a legacy that could literally change your life if you ever come across the right one. The 1978 quarter dollar belongs to the Washington Quarter Series, first introduced in 1932 to honor the great George Washington, the first President of the United States. These quarters were made with precision and pride, representing not just currency, but the very symbol of American strength and legacy. By 1978, millions of these coins were produced, but only a few had something so unique that they became extremely rare and valuable in today's market. Let's go back to that time, 1978. The late 70s were a turning point in America's economy. Coins were transitioning from silver to a copper-nickel composition. This change brought several minting errors and varieties that now attract coin collectors from every corner of the world. Among those coins, the 1978 quarter dollar holds a very special place. Some coins were struck with double die errors. Now, most 1979D quarters are made from a copper-nickel clad composition, 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, weighing around 5.67 grams. But here's where things get interesting. Not every coin comes out perfectly. Sometimes the minting process creates rare errors that make certain pieces unique and highly valuable to collectors. Let's talk about these mint errors that could turn your ordinary coin into a treasure. One of the most valuable types is the off-center strike, where the design is misaligned during minting. If your 1979D quarter shows part of the design missing from one side and a blank crescent on the other, don't spend it. Collectors are ready to pay hundreds or even thousands of dollars for that. Then there's the double die error, a favorite among serious collectors. You can spot it by looking closely at the lettering or numbers. If you see a shadow-like doubling, that's a double die. These coins are rare and can easily reach sky-high prices at auctions. Another major error is the clipped planchet, where a small portion of the coin's edge is missing. It looks like a small bite has been taken out of the coin. Such errors not only look fascinating but also fetch serious money in the numismatic market. The 1991D quarter was minted in Denver, Colorado, with the letter D mark placed right next to Washington's ponytail. The coin features the profile of George Washington on the obverse side, facing left, with the inscriptions Liberty at the top, In God We Trust on the left, and the mint year 1991 at the bottom. On the reverse side, the familiar bald eagle stands proudly with its wings spread wide, clutching arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace. This design, created by John Flanagan, had been used for decades and is one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. During 1991, the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of these quarters for everyday circulation. Because of this high mintage, most of these coins are only worth their face value, 25 cents. However, certain pieces struck with unusual minting errors or preserved in pristine condition have caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. These rare varieties are where the real value lies. Let's talk about what makes a 1991D quarter valuable. The first factor is condition. Coins graded in mint state, MS, condition, especially MS65, MS66, or higher, can bring surprising prices at auctions. If your coin still shines with its original luster, has no scratches or wear marks, and displays sharp details, you might be holding something special. Collectors always pay a premium for coins that look like they were just minted yesterday. Let's begin by traveling back to 1996. It was the final year before the United States Mint launched the famous State Quarters program in 1999. That makes the 1996D quarter one of the last coins to feature the classic Washington Eagle reverse design before a major transformation in American coinage history. The D mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, one of the major U.S. mints that produced these coins in massive numbers for circulation. The obverse side of the coin displays the familiar portrait of George Washington, facing left, with the word Liberty inscribed above his head and the national motto, In God We Trust, just to the left. Below his profile, you'll find the year 1996 and the small letter D, indicating it was struck in Denver. On the reverse side, a proud bald eagle sits with its wings spread, clutching arrows and olive branches, a symbol of America's strength and peace. Designed by John Flanagan, This design has been used since 1932 and is still admired for its elegant simplicity. Now, here's where things get interesting. While millions of 1996 D quarters were produced, most of them have been heavily circulated, which means they've lost their luster, sharpness, and original shine. But a small number of these coins were either struck with remarkable precision, preserved untouched, or contain fascinating minting errors, and those are the coins that collectors are hunting for today. The 1997 D quarter dollar was minted at the Denver Mint, marked by the letter D, under the motto "In God We Trust." The coin carries the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. It's made primarily of copper and nickel, with a reeded edge, weighing around 5.67 grams. But what makes this coin so special isn't its composition. It's the rare variations and minting errors that slipped through the mint's quality control, turning a simple quarter into a treasure worth thousands. During the 1990s, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of coins each year, and 1997 was no exception. Over 599 million quarters were struck in Denver alone. With such massive production, it's no surprise that a few coins ended up with unique flaws, double die strikes, off-center errors, missing clad layers, and even wrong planchet strikes. These rare imperfections are what coin collectors call mint errors, and in the world of numismatics, errors mean money. Some 1997 D quarters show signs of doubling on the obverse, especially around the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." Others have partial designs due to weak strikes or grease-filled dies. A few collectors have also reported coins struck on nickel planchets, making them weigh slightly less than the usual 5.67 grams. These small differences might seem unimportant to most people, but to experts, they're what makes a coin truly valuable.